Hello, what's up? Jinga is back for another episode of Ragnarok Next Generation Global Content. Today we are going in-depth on the job balance update. As you can see the released patch notes, July 17th, 2025, it was very small that it makes harder to read. But as the days goes on, it was posted as per job group, which is easier to read thanks Ragnarok X Next Generation Global. So what else to wait? Let's tackle and dive into the changes if it is a good or a flop adjustments. Let's start first with the Swordsman First Class. Magnum Break. The related skill will not be auto-casted under Magnum Break state. With this changes attack speed, hitters two-handed sword will gain as much as they can do a lot of damage from their basic attack, then spamming this skill, though other transcended class from Swordsman also benefits as other skills will be prioritized while still under Magnum Break skill effect. Overall, this skill is a pop so good. Next we go to Knight Class Second Class. Pierce. Fixed CD is reduced from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Adjusted damage bonus to large targets from 20% plus 3% per level to 30% plus 2% per level with no value change at the highest level. New effects. Increase skill damage to medium targets by 15% plus 1% every level. Action duration is reduced from 1.3 seconds to 0.8 seconds. This changes has a significant changes on damage bonus to large, as you can hit more on early stages, which will help you on early game, plus the new effect, which also increases skill damage to medium, is very good for early grinds. Also considering the changes of its action duration, you can execute the skill faster than before. For me, this skill adjustment is a pop. Double Blow. Crit rate is now calculated independently, no longer affected by normal attacks. This one is good. The skill now is independently calculated and is not dependent to the normal critical hits. It's a pop. Next we go to the Lord Knight's Second Class Advancement. Spiral Pierce 1, Shadow Equipment. Fixed CD reduction adjusted 0.4 seconds plus 0.2 seconds per level to 0.8 plus 0.3 seconds per level. This changes gives more of fixed CD reduction. This skill adjustments so good for the spear types. Spiral Pierce 2, Shadow Equipment. Fixed CD reduction is adjusted from 0.7 seconds plus 0.3 seconds per level to 1 second plus 0.5 seconds per level. The adjusted fixed CD reduction, as you can see, benefits on early levels to late game. With this changes, Spiral Pierce can be more spammable. This changes is a very good for the spear types. Head Crush, new effects. Increases final physical pen by an additional 25%. There is a 30% plus 3% per level chance of triggering bleed effect when the skills hits. This skill is good news to pen build like spear types. This adjustments is surely pop. Overall adjustment to Swordsman, Knight, and Lord Knight gives way for spear types to shine in earlier stage. They trying to make way for spear types as for other server like C. It's very rare to see this builds almost non-existent due to every other class outshines it, and it doesn't have much care on adjustments. It's left in the shadow. But in global they really care to our spear types thanks ROX Global. Next we go to Crusader Second Class. Holy Cross. The STR required for each 1% damage coefficient bonus is reduced from 13 to 10 points. New effects. Damage increased by up to 300%. Yay, this adjustments is very nice as the STR requirements is less than before and they increased the cap to 300%. This is very pop. Pressure skill. No more weapon restrictions. Now players can cast the skill even when equipped with any weapon in the job category. New effects. While marked by pressure, the target will not be able to hide. This skill is very pop. Very useful in PvP. This is a very big counter to jobs who can use hide skills. Next we go to Paladin Second Class Advancement. Earth Drive. Duration of Shatter is increased from 3 to 6 seconds. This skill is a pop as the adjustments increase the duration of Shatter skill effect. Paladin can deal more damage. Gospel. When triggered, now all party members will gain resistance to Freeze, Blind, Petrify, and Silence, but the value from 2% per level to 5% plus 1% per level. The skill is good as Paladin support, though some sacrifice on its value. But it is justified adjustments as the skill effect will be shared to party, so the skill is a pop. Fearless Charge. Damage coefficient is reduced from 60% plus 30% per level to 30% per level. HP coefficient is reduced from 1.2% to 1% per level. After a critical hit, the HP coefficient returned is reduced from 1.2% to 1%. IAA, this adjustments nerfed the skill damage capabilities. For me, this skill adjustments is a flop. Overall adjustments turning Paladin more of a team player. This is good for PvP competitive gaming. Next class, the Merchant Path, Job Class, and Class Advancements. Blacksmith Second Class. Hammerfall. Now it deals weapon attribute damage instead of neutral damage. This change is good, making way for elemental attribute that can be accessed like Magnum Breaker from Marine Sphere card, which changes your attribute to fire. Whitesmith Second Class Advancement. Zenny Utility. The STR required for each 1% damage bonus is reduced from 85 to 55. New effects. The STR bonus on skill damage is increased by to 150%. This adjustment gives more room for damage bonus. Hurl Zenny. Casting range is increased from 8 meters to 10 meters. Fixed CD is reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Now there is a fixed 50% chance to deal double damage instead of landing a critical hit. While that range and fixed CD really is a game changer. Mammonite 1 Shadow Equipment. Damage coefficient bonus is adjusted from 5% plus 2% every level to 15% plus 6% every level. Mammonite 2 Shadow Equipment. Damage coefficient bonus is adjusted from 10% plus 4% every level to 30% plus 12% every level. Both Mammonite 1 and 2 Shadow Equipment really is good. That's a huge leap of buffing damage coefficient bonus. Alchemist Second Class. Axe Mastery. Now it only works on axe weapons. Now INT provides a bonus. Physical attack conversion coefficient is increased from 5% every level to 50% every level. Oh, never noticed that this works on other weapons as its skill name is Axe Mastery. A good fix if this is a bug at first. Also, the physical attack conversion coefficient has a huge increase. Gene Upgrade. INT physical attack conversion coefficient is increased from 5% every level to 50% every level. So Gene Upgrade also got a buff. Nice. Call Homunculus. Fixed CD is reduced from 60 seconds to 30 seconds. Okay, so fixed CD is reduced, that's better. Homunculus Upgrade. New effects. Homunculus gains 2% every level, final damage reduction. Oh, that's make the Homunculus more tougher than it is before. Overall, the Merchant Path, Job Class, and Class Advancements has a good skill adjustments that's buffing the class. Next class, the Thief Path, Job Class, and Class Advancements. Thief First Class. Hiding. Variable CD is reduced to 10 seconds at the highest level. This is a pop skill adjustments as you can use leveled up hiding skill and also cover its variable CD at early game. Grim Tooth. Now it deals weapon attribute damage instead of neutral damage. Pop. This adjustment is pretty amazing as the skill now deals weapon attribute instead neutral. Will make useful for poison attribute. Sonic Blow. Variable CD is reduced to 15 seconds at the highest level. Very useful in early. Overall adjustments on the Thief side is very pop. They giving love to Assassin, especially Catter, which has a difficulty having haste without sacrificing a lot on its damage capability. Next we go to Assassin Second Class Advancements. Enchant Deadly Poison. New effects. The STR bonus on skill damage is increased to 200%. While they increase the damage capabilities on this skill, this surely is a pop. Meteor Assault. Mirror Image. Soul Destroyer. Now deals weapon attribute damage instead of neutral damage. Hands down on this adjustments, I really noticed this from C server that why the skill is neutral while Assassin is a poison type. Big thumbs up to Ragnarok Next Gen global developers for noticing this a big pop. To you guys. Next we go to Mobster Second Class. Dagger Mastery. New effects gains physical attack equal to 80% per level dex. For me this makes more sense as per dagger attribute is haste. And as the class advance, there will be more skills that dex is the skill multiplier, thus opening a dex path. This surely a pop. Assault. Now there is a chance to deal double damage instead of landing a critical hit. The probability remains unchanged. This is good opening the skills for dagger weapon users as dagger type weapon not focus on critical path damage that will give him trouble to land a critical. Changes for double damage is surely a pop. Next we go to Stalker Second Class Advancements. Reject Sword. Damage reflection coefficient is increased from 2% to 10% per level. Oishi, this is really an OP adjustments. At max level you will reach a 100% damage reflection. This will be deadly to melee opponents. Surely a pop skill. Strip Accessory and Armor. If the target is more than 4 meters away during casting, the strip will not fail. The probability calculation method has been adjusted. Also, strip armor cannot be removed by the panacea. This adjustment is a pop. Think about it going all to a probability calculation and just be removed by Panacea. This adjustment is very good also in PvP where enemies move a lot and they will be beyond your reach when you're casting. Overall, it's a good adjustment dex on dagger skills and mastery skills. Reduced variable cooldown for Catter, weapon attribute implementation, and other adjustments that boost the Thief class and class advancements. Next class, the Archer Path Job class and class advancements. Archer, first class. Vulture's Eye, the system is optimized as follows. When there are no bosses, minis, MVPs, or enemy players within 4 meters, the damage is increased. Otherwise, the damage is reduced. The value remains unchanged. More clearer description and details optimization. Hunter, second class. Falconry Mastery. The probability of falcon attack is adjusted to a fixed 15% chance and is no longer affected by luck bonus. All that said, this change to the skill closes its door for luck bonus. Beast Bane, no bonus from dex stats. All this hurts a little for pure dex for their PV grinds, also boss hunts. Sniper, second class advancement. Wild Awakening. The int bonus on Steel Crow is increased from 5% every level to 10% every level. Falcon attack probability bonus is reduced from 10% plus 1% every level to 1% every level. IEA, even they do increased int bonus, they nerf the probability bonus that huge. True Sight, new effects. When in effect, increases final physical pen by an additional 3% every level. Oh, this is nice for short bow pen users. Bard second class. Musical Lesson. AGI physical attack conversion coefficient is increased from 20% every level to 50% every level. No more move speed bonus during performance. Oh, that move speed is very useful in PvP now is gone. Arrow Vulcan, Shadow Equipment. Skill damage bonus is increased from 10% plus 4% every level to 15% plus 5% every level. Vit reduction can now be removed by the Panacea. Buff the damage, but remove the vit reduction by Panacea. Sounds more like an aggressive offensive type. Dancer, second class. Arrow Vulcan, Shadow Equipment. Skill damage bonus is increased from 10% plus 4% every level to 15% plus 5% every level. The maximum value for each stack of max SP reduction is 20%. Max SP reduction can now be removed by the Panacea. Buff the damage, but remove the max SP reduction by Panacea. Sounds more like an aggressive offensive type, same as Bard. Dancing Lesson, AGI physical attack conversion coefficient is increased from 20% every level to 50% every level. No more movement speed bonus during performance. Oh, that move speed is very useful in PvP now is gone, same as Bard's Musical Lesson. Overall adjustments. Hunter, Sniper got a nerf on these adjustments while Bard and Dancer got damage buff, but nerfs its mobility. Next class, the Acolyte Path Job class and class advancements. Acolyte, first class. Mace Mastery. The calculation method has been adjusted. 5 plus 2 every level, times min, base level over 100, 1, times max SP caret 0.65. Oh, they tweak its calculation hoping this won't affect much of the Boink Priest damage capabilities. Signum Crucis, now it deals holy damage instead of neutral damage. Adjustments just right. Acolyte skills should be based on holy damage as its class is holy type. Holy Light. Now there is a chance to deal double damage instead of landing a critical hit. The probability remains unchanged. The changes may be due to its critical rate. Double damage adjustments is a good deal instead. Holy Light 2, Shadow Equipment. Now the chance of dealing double damage is increased. The probability remains unchanged. Nice, they increased the chance. Now you have more chances to deal double damage. Priest, second class. Holy Booster. The limit of stacks is increased from 3 to 5. Nice, you can stack more due to increased stack limit. Turn Undead. Now there is a chance to deal double damage instead of landing a critical hit. The probability remains unchanged. As we notice, most of the skills in this path changed into double damage instead of landing crit hits. It's not a bad trade though. High Priest, second class. Angelus, new effects. The VIT bonus on physical death is increased by up to 400%. Assumptio, new effects. The VIT bonus on magical death is increased by up to 400%. Now the High Priest can be more durable with Angelus and Assumptio using VIT build. Magnus Exorcismus, new effects. There are up to 3 Holy Cross sanctuaries at one time. 3 Holy Cross Sanctuaries more damage output, but the question is how you will spam these 3 skills with each other with high efficiency that will be challenging. Judge, no more damage bonus to Holy Light and Turn Undead. That's okay though Holy Light is not that much of a use in higher level, and Turn Undead still have a chance to one-hit KO an undead monster. Lex Aeterna, the damage bonus effect now only applies to skill damage and no longer applies to normal attacks. This limits the support capability of this skill-to-skill casters and not to your crit damage-reliant attack allies. Monk, 2nd class. Iron Fist, the AGI bonus on physical attack is increased from 5% every level to 50% every level. Good buff this increased bonus physical attack for Iron Fist. Critical Explosion, optimize the auto battle system so that related skills will not be auto-cast under critical explosion state. Same as Magnum Break, this skill will not auto-cast, giving more skill rotation and skill prioritization. Champion, 2nd class advancement. Azura Strike, damage coefficient can now be increased by both STR and AGI stats. When dealing damage, ignores 100% of the target's physical reflect damage. This would be a great counter for Reject Sword. Now Azura Strike is more deadlier by tapping with STR stats with AGI. Overall, Boink Priest will be affected with the changes of Mace Mastery calculation. Some changes on Priest and High Priest tougher adjusted damage capabilities and support. Monk and Champion class buffed. Next class, the Wizard Path Job class and class advancements. Wizard, 2nd class. Napalm Beat, auto battle is not available. Players need to re-equip with skills to make it work. Casting range is increased from 8 meters to 12 meters. Range buff is good. Sight, fixed an issue where the casting range did not match the skill description under auto battle. Kindle, fire damage bonus effect is increased from 1% every level to 2% every level. More burn damage with this skill adjustments. Abyssal Swamp, now the debuffs of slow and stats reduced are only inflicted when the target steps into the quagmire. After this adjustment, 1. When the character is in the quagmire, the panacea can remove the debuff. 2. After removing the debuff, characters standing in the quagmire will not be inflicted with the debuff again. This skill is very strong support skill. I really think this is fair with that slow. If you don't have any counter like panacea, you will be a punching bag for range and casters inside the area of effect. But the question is how long does panacea will give it users immunity when still inside Abyssal Swamp. High Wizard, 2nd class advancement. Meteor Storm, it is now casted without the need of being channeled. After the channeling is completed, meteorites will rain down in the area. Fixed CD is reduced from 6 seconds to 5.5 seconds. I think this change is not much great, probably mid, as you need to finish channeling before the meteor falls. Not going to be effective in PvP unless you immobilize your target first. Gravitational Field, fixed channeling time is reduced from 1.2 seconds to 0.6 seconds. This one is good. Fast channeling is great, especially for casters. Meteor Storm 1, Shadow Equipment. New effects. Meteor Storm enhances the next 3 firebolts within 30 seconds and shortens fixed channeling time by 0.16 seconds plus 0.08 seconds every level. This effect cannot be stacked. Gravitational Field 1, Shadow Equipment. New effects. Gravitational Field enhances the next 2 Heavens Drives within 30 seconds and shortens fixed channeling time by 0.17 seconds plus 0.09 seconds every level. This effect cannot be stacked. Meteor Storm 1 and Gravitational Field 1 has a good adjustment. Both shortens fixed channeling, means more time to spam skills. Chain Lightning, damage coefficient is increased to 74% plus 18% every level, and the fixed damage is increased to 60 every level. This damage increased is very good, more damage for this skill. Lightning Overload, auto-triggered Chain Lightning no longer displays text bubbles. When damage bonus effect is increased from 1% every level to 2% every level. Chain Lightning 1, Shadow Equipment. New effects. Active casting of Chain Lightning enhances the next 2 lightning bolts within 30 seconds and shortens fixed channeling time by 0.16 seconds plus 0.08 seconds every level. This effect cannot be stacked. Storm Gust 1, Shadow Equipment. New effects. Storm Gust enhances the next 2 cold bolts within 30 seconds and shortens fixed channeling time by 0.17 seconds plus 0.09 seconds every level. This effect cannot be stacked. Nice, you can spam more of this skill with upgrading this shadow equipment skill. Chain Lightning and Storm Gust have the Meteor Storm 1 and Gravitational Field 1 treatment. Sage, 2nd class. Auto Spell. No more variable CD. Remove the Dex bonus on elemental arrow levels. Trigger probability is increased to 5% plus 1% every level. No more imbuement gained after triggering. New effects. Every 500 int increases elemental arrow by 1 level up to level 10. The auto spell got buffed. You can now enjoy elemental arrow skills and a bonus level up that will do more damage with every 500 int, and no more imbuement gained, so you won't bag much of those items. Elemental Mark. No more imbuement consumed. Damage coefficient is redesigned and no longer affected by imbuement. DPS coefficient is adjusted to 12% every level. SP deduction per second is adjusted to 0.5% every level. New effects. When in effect, SP cannot be recovered using potions or regenerated naturally. While Elemental Mark is buffed, also going to be good with new effect. SP cannot be recovered using potions and naturally going to be a skill blocker for those enemies depleted of mana. Element bonus. Damage coefficient is increased from 5% plus 5% every level to 15% every level. More damage capabilities with this adjustments. Radius. Magic Surge no longer provides damage bonus to Magic Crasher. New effects. Each stack of Magic Surge increases the caster's earth, fire, water, and wind enhancements by 1% every level, up to 10 stacks for 10 seconds. More damage with your elemental skills. Habitual casting, shadow equipment. Damage bonus is increased from 12% plus 4% every level to 14% plus 7% every level. Nice damage bonus increased. I noticed the Sage class got lots of buffed skills. Will this be a game changer in late game? We will find out. Professor, 2nd class advancement. Spell Fist. Damage coefficient is increased from 4% every level to 5% every level for magical attack. Spell Fist 1, shadow equipment. Trigger probability is increased from 5% plus 2% every level to 8% plus 4% every level. Spell Fist 2, shadow equipment. Trigger probability is increased from 10% plus 2% every level to 10% plus 5% every level. Spell Fist 1 and 2 shadow equipment both increased trigger probability, which is great. Elemental Field. Optimize the auto battle system so that the characters no longer move to the target to cast the skill. Now the system will check whether the target has elemental field buff. Overall Wizard, High Wizard, Sage and Professor buff their skills damage and channeling more spam-able skills and more deadly. Now we're done with the patch notes and discuss its upside and downside. How did you find the adjustments? Is it good, fair, or balanced? Please don't forget to press like and hit the subscribe button. This is Jinga signing off.